Welcome to Soul Sessions with Oprah.
Oprah!
I'm
All right,
okay.
make sure I look hot. Now, this is the trauma pillow in case you get sad.
Okay.
I do have some tissues.
Oh, thank God.
I don't open these.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
I can't do that.
I'm illiterate though. I'm
Pull off the
illiterate.
thing.
Maybe I've done it. Do I have to take that off first? Would it be funny if it like flew off and
It
hit
did
you in the
yesterday.
fucking eye? I would laugh.
Bitch!
But I would also feel bad.
You should
Because
feel
like
bad.
you're just a baby. You're just a little
I
baby.
know. I'm only 3 years old. Oh, this is cute. This is nice.
Oh my goodness,
My God.
folks, we're about to do some champagne.
Oh my God, careful, not at my...
Woo!
Okay, this is Mom's champagne glass.
Oh my God.
I know.
What an honor.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
All right, we're in.
We're in, we're
We're
on.
comfy, we're cozy.
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
that's for you.
Oh, thank you.
And this is for moi.
Gorgiana.
Gorgiana.
It's giving Gorgiana.
Gorgiana Beauty.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
There you go. Let me
No,
take
you
that.
have another.
Need
Cheers.
some
Oh,
more?
see, I didn't even fill it up. Oh, there
Susan
you
would be
go.
disappointed. Okay. Cheers. Welcome to Straighten Your
Welcome.
Crown. I know. I've got a little head. No, I'm kidding.
Headband.
So we haven't actually discussed what we're going to be talking about.
No, not at all.
We're just freestyling it. But tell me about Leeroy.
Oh my God. He was Leeroy's a superhero. He grew up in the south of the United States in Memphis, Tennessee, where Memphis is very famous for being like a really big part of the civil rights movement. So that's kind of the world that he's from, where there was all this, segregation and things weren't easy, and he left when he was a teenager to the West Coast and finished high school out there, became a Marine,
Yeah.
fought in the Vietnam War, which is probably a bit problematic, but he did it, He did that.
Yeah.
Dated my mom in high school. They broke up because he went to the war.
Okay.
Because she was like, fuck that.
Fair.
Then he was back in Southern California, and she was as well.
Yeah.
And so she looked him up.
Oh.
And she was like, hey. And then they got back together. And
You
sometime later, I got here. But no, Leeroy was amazing. He was just someone that like cared about people around him and cared for people around him. Like he'd go clean your yard. He, fix things around the house. But he was also a very like strict disciplinarian father. Which, like when you're little, you don't really understand that.
Yeah.
But now that like I'm a big boy, like I'm so happy that he was. You know, because it's given me the values that I have, the hard work and the, just the caring for others. All of that is things that I got from Leeroy.
Yeah. Well, I've definitely experienced that since I've lost my mum, how much you've cared for me. And you've been someone that's reached out and built my chairs and done lots of, that's what I was thinking of when you were saying that Leeroy.
Fiction. It's all fiction. It never happened. No, Leeroy was great. What I loved was just like he had like this really healthy, distinct laugh.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that like I can still hear.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think I hear it in my own, you know. But he loved to laugh, loved to talk, can talk your ear off for hours. And one of his phrases is, "I'm here to tell you."
Oh.
He always had an opinion on everything, about everything. Not like me, I have no opinions on anything. Also fiction.
That's funny because that's the same way I think of you with your laugh. You have a very distinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we laugh so we don't cry. Really.
Yes. No, honestly. Sometimes so funny the other day. I'm like, oh, it's the trauma. Like, that's why I'm so
Yeah.
funny.
Well, I was thinking about it this morning because as I was getting ready to come on over, I was thinking about how I know I can be very bubbly, friendly. There seems to always be a smile, but little known fact, I'm a sad bitch.
Same. I get it.
But I actually like enjoy being a sad bitch. It's actually like that that emotion. It's been very consistent
Yep.
through my life, and so it's almost comforting because
Yep. Like, this is
it's
me.
it's me.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
So even before Leeroy
Oh
passed,
yeah.
you've always been a
I've
sad
always been
bitch.
like,
Oh,
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, but I love it though.
okay.
Yeah, and I don't mean that like in a delusional like, oh my god, being sad's great, but it's just I just I've come to I now have words for it, but it's
Yeah.
like I've always made space for that emotion in my life. I don't try to like ignore it or rush it off. I just like let it be.
Yeah.
Cuz it's going to move on.
Yeah.
It won't be there forever, you know.
And you can't bottle things down and ignore them because they'll come for you.
No.
I'm learning to coexist with it because while I've had sad moments and sad things happen before mum passed, they were like these isolated, and then day by day everything would get easier no matter like what the issue was. This is the first thing in my life where I'm like, oh, I'm sad now.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to be sad for a really long time. And some are like, I mean, yourself, 5 years since Leeroy?
Oh, yeah, 5
5?
years. Yeah, 5 years. And that's the thing that I really admired while watching you and Susan go through your process, because it was a process that you both went through together, and it was really it was something to witness.
Yeah.
The openness about what was coming, what it meant, what she would want, what you would want, and you guys
Yeah.
even the two of you even negotiating in the middle about how things
Yeah.
would transpire in this time, and I reflected back on how it went 5 years ago for myself. And one of the things that I realized is that I don't think I ever, like, even though I knew he was sick,
Yeah.
for some reason I didn't expect him to die,
Yeah.
which was like, and so when it happened, it was a shock.
As prepared as I may have looked,
Yeah.
absolutely shocked. Because I mean, in my mum's case, we thought maybe a year and she got 3. And you kind of get to this comfortable phase of like, oh no, we're still good. And you hear of people going, oh, we got given a year, they lasted 8.
Yeah.
You can't worry about it, just enjoy what you have. And then it happens. And I'm sure from the outside world, people would be like, look at all the things you did to prepare. You must have known. But it's like, no, not until the week before. Like, I wasn't there. No.
Yeah, it's hard to be, you can't be prepared, right?
No.
No.
No, I had a nurse in hospice, not hospice actually, it was Mia in the hospital before hospice. She just said to me, don't try and prepare yourself because you can't just be there in the moment. And I remembered that the entire week in hospice when I would freak out, I was like, no amount of like preparation is going to make this better when that day comes. So just don't waste time thinking about that. Just soak up mum and be there with mum. And she's right. It's you can't prepare, even if people think you should be, because again, I documented so much.
Yeah.
You would think that I would be ready. Wasn't fucking ready.
I know.
But yeah.
I'm curious though, like, how do you, like, because it's such a tough thing for
Yeah.
people to even relate to, even if they've gone through it, they can't relate to your unique experience, right? So,
Yeah.
how do you find dealing with people sometimes almost like diminishing your grief, or, you know what I mean, telling you it's gonna get better, or, like, how's that experience been for you?
So there's a whole portion of people who've been through it who are just like, yeah, it fucking sucks. I'm so sorry. Like,
Yeah.
not giving me false promises or, like you said, the they're there, like whatever.
Yeah.
The people, for the most part, that haven't been through it and have the best intentions of like day by day and whatever, like you just said, if it's with good intentions, like it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I know it's not true, but I'm sort of just like, that's all they know. That's what they've seen in the movies.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't really, it's like, not that it's not ill-intended, but it's a little bit like a water off the duck's back comment. I kind of
Yeah.
just, whatever. It's like you don't, and it's not a rude thing. It's just you don't get it until you get it. You're going to say something.
No. Yes, I was.
Yeah, go on. What was it? I felt it.
I was thinking though,
Yeah.
like, how do we? What should they say? Like, what's some advice you could give?
I mean, I appreciate, and you'll have opinion too, is I'm so sorry that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like, because no one can fix it. No one can change it. No one's magical words will really make you feel lighter. It's more, for me, it's just about being heard and seen and understood. And so I find literally a simple, "Oh, I'm so fucking sorry.
Yeah.
This really sucks. Here if you need."
Yeah.
I think you're very in a ring, because something that helps is when people just make decisions for you. Don't ask me what I need. Send me something. Book me something.
Yeah.
Plan me something. If we're going to catch up, you book the place. I don't have a brain cell left. I used to have 2. Now I have 1. Maybe I have like a third of 1 left. So I think for your inner circle, it's a bit different. It's kind of just do things.
Yeah.
Just show up. Just be there. For that outer ring of just people passing comments, it's just I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs to be any more than that. And I think for me, that's what I appreciate, because I'm like, yeah, it's fucking shit. Yep. How about you?
And it's awkward. It's gonna be fucking awkward as hell. So
awkward.
It's okay to not have anything to say.
Yeah.
It's okay to say
Yeah.
nothing
What-
sometimes. You can just say,
Wait, for me or for them?
for them, they can just say, hey, look, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Yes.
And sometimes a hug or just
A knowing
being there.
hug, that kind of hug where they just
Exactly.
hold you that little bit longer. The reason I squealed though is people who say nothing because they don't know what to say is worse than saying nothing to me.
I agree.
I've had 2 people I really expected just a simple message from. One of them was a friend of mine for 12 years.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe he was off social media because he goes off and on. And I did speak to him, and then he sort of just threw in, also I hope you're okay with what you're going through right now. And I was like, bitch, you know? You know?
Oh, betrayal.
I was furious. And I
Betrayal.
kind of said, I wrote to him back, I said, look, I thought you didn't know. I thought you were just off socials. So kind of hearing now that you do, I think this was 4 weeks on, hearing now that you do, but you chose not to contact me. It's like, we've been friends for 12 years, you motherfucker. And I just kind of wrote like, it's like, that really sucks. Because it does.
It does.
And he wrote back, like, totally fair. I'm sorry. He said, I just didn't want to make it worse or about me, as in himself. And so he chose to say nothing. And I blocked him.
Good.
Because I wrote back literally like, after 12 years, I can't get a simple, I'm so sorry for your loss.
That simple.
It didn't even have to, you just made it about you. It didn't have to be about you. I was there for him when something happened to him many years ago and showed up and messaged and got him fucking whiskey and whatever, and I can't get a fucking text. So
Bye-bye.
no, but literally I was just like, I'm sure in that person's brain they were like, didn't know what to say and then said nothing. I know people do that. But I'm just like, it's so much worse. Just say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's the anyway.
And I think that's what I meant.
Yes.
I didn't mean like, you don't have to have the perfect thing to say. Just simple words, and it doesn't take a lot. Like just being there to witness someone in their grief can be very powerful. Just someone just being there while you're going through it. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm giggling because it made me think of, when did I take you on that crazy adventure?
Oh, that day.
Was it a month ago?
Oh God, something like that. Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
No, but so speaking of just being there, I didn't need like help.
Yeah.
There was a day where I can drive around now and I can walk from Pilates 7 minutes home now without needing to call someone. But that was my period of like, if I'm driving, I need to be on the phone.
Well, it was so recent.
Preferably I need to be with someone.
Yeah.
And there was a day that I had like 3 or 4 little quick errands to do. And I was seeing you later that afternoon and I rang you being like, are you busy? Can you just come with me?
Look,
I think I
listen.
had eyebrows, I had laser.
Look, my concern wasn't, I was just like, how is she living like this all the time?
I got to fit a lot of things in.
We had to run. We did a IKEA trip
4 minutes.
in 4 minutes.
4 minutes. We pulled
That
in.
was in the parking lot, in the store, grabbed the item, paid, and back in the car. 4
You were running.
minutes.
Yeah, we did it though.
Yes, but like that pace, it can't be sustainable.
I know, but if we got it done, I could just fit it into the day. It's a long drive back, we made it work. But that was
Yeah, I'm always happy to be there. I call my,
course.
I always like to be a come with
yeah,
kind of guy.
an errands friend.
Or if you just need someone just to be there.
Yes.
I'll do that. I'll sit in a room and watch
Watch
you.
me get my eyebrows done.
Yeah, or watch you eat, or really, I'm I'm like a cat. Like I don't really need you to pay attention to me until I really want it. Otherwise, I'm just happy to
Yeah.
be,
Be around.
sunning in the window while you're,
Yeah.
doing your thing. But I guess, I'm happy to hear the progress because I
Yeah.
could definitely see that was, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was definitely the type of life you had to live when you were fitting your mom into your
Yes.
schedule.
Yes.
And coming down from having to be so hyper productive just to
Scheduled
get it
and-
all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, especially the last few years, and because I'm her only daughter, we have no other family, and it was an honor and a pleasure to spend all that time with her. But to run 2 businesses and have a husband, and obviously you want to look after getting your walks in, your health and fitness, and
A personal life.
spending time with mom. Yeah, my days would be 5 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. on the go, and then I would lay in here on TikTok, and then sleep, and then do it all again. And that was very much the day that we had to fit all of that in. Was kind of the same as how I used to
How you used to
go to work and do the appointment.
That's
and
how you
see mom.
functioned for so
Yeah.
long.
And even now it's 2 and a bit months in, and I'll still, if I do Pilates at 11 on a Sunday, and then I'm walking home, my brain just goes, I can do what I want now.
Yeah.
Normally, okay, midday, right, if I go see mum now, I could see her and I can see Jessie for dinner, and now I'm I can just do whatever. And there's a relaxing side to that, but then there's also a gutting absent side where it's those moments of and then it's it's just the absence and the gaps in my week are so present that it's grief.
I don't know how to I don't know if I'm gonna say this correct, word for word, but there's a quote from a movie, Series of Unfortunate Events.
I haven't seen that yet, but
Oh my goodness, the Baudelaires, the orphans.
Okay.
And they tragically lose their parents. It's fictional.
Yeah.
But the way that the author describes grief or that loss, it's like taking a step, like you're trying to take a step on the stairs and the step isn't there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I felt that in my knee. I felt that. Yeah, that's it. That is a really good description.
Yeah, just trying to oh, that's right.
Yeah.
She's not there.
Yeah.
I can't call. Things won't ever be the same, but you have to soldier on.
Yes, I naively, not that I thought too deep about the after, because in my brain it's we can't change it. Again, focus on what you have now and be present now. But in my brain, I think I just, on the surface, thought you would be sad for a period and then go back to normal. And literally the day that it happened, I kind of realized like, like there's no going back. There is no going back to normal. It will be very tough for a long time. And then as you get through that, it's always going to be there. And it's your new life. It's what I remember feeling when I watched, not watched, but my sister had her first baby. And I went to go visit her, and I was just like, it's a switch. It's a lifestyle change. It's a mental change. You will never be who you were before having this baby. I will never be who I was before losing mom. Like, I've lost an innocence that I did not know that I had.
Yeah.
You have no idea. You just have no idea.
Yeah.
And I saw another quote. It was something about grief, blah, blah, blah. Like, you will, I was like, a broken limb. I can't remember properly. It's like a broken limb or something, and like you'll learn to dance again, but with a limp.
Yeah.
That. And I was like,
Ooh.
yeah. And when I kind of realized this isn't head down, bum up, be in your grief for 2 years and pop out the other end back to normal, that's one of the reasons, apart from mum instilling into me so much that she wanted me to live for her and do all these things for her, I can also see that I'm not going to achieve anything by just being sad. I'm not going to get happier quicker by dealing with it intensely. I'm living with it parallel. And it's also like, a lot of people have said, oh, like, do you feel guilty when you're happy? I don't. And I don't know if that's because mum so instilled that she wanted me to live for her and all those things, and she'd be sad if I was sad. But it's because I have this, I can see the journey, and it's like, well, if I'm happy now, I'm going to enjoy being happy. I'll be crying in 3.5 hours time, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, it doesn't make you honor your grief or get through it quicker by not being happy. So when I'm happy, I'm happy. When I'm sad, I'm sad. And it's just learning to live with these two parallel emotions that will be there.
It's like integration, like you gotta, it becomes part of, your life and part of the experience.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've really, I didn't expect and didn't know was the case. But it's almost like it's part of the experience.
Yeah. Yes.
Of loving someone.
Yes.
Is having to understand what it means to lose.
Yes.
And that having that emotion, having nowhere to go, it's still the same emotion.
Yeah.
And so I've actually, it's kind of weird, in the last few years, I found myself almost finding comfort in those moments when I kind of break down and I cry, because it's like it's a gratitude that I have, that I was able to experience Leeroy McDowell and have him be my father and have him love me and care for me in the way that he did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Was it grief is the price we pay for love?
Yeah.
Don't cry. Did I make up a pretty girl?
You can cry.
I can't. So the thing that when I'm feeling very low, I try and hold on to the fact that the amount of pain I'm feeling is a direct representation of our relationship and how special it was. I know. I feel like Drew Barrymore just. No, but it is.
But it's okay.
And it's I wouldn't trade how close we were while she was here to have an easier go of it now.
Yeah.
So it's genuinely the price you pay for love, and it sucks and it's unfair, but also I'm so lucky to have had what I had with mum.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't get that.
They don't.
And I had someone say to me that what mum and I had was more than they'll experience with their parent, even if their parent lives, until they're 90. And so it's like, I feel like I got a very concentrated, super intense, amazing relationship that, yes, got cut too short.
Yeah.
But it's also, that's better than never having it at all, or I don't know.
And that says a lot about you too, because you were open to experiencing that with your mother, and you definitely were a big part of you know, the end being such a, I don't want to say a good experience, but
As
the
beautiful
best,
as
a
it
beautiful
can be.
experience, you know, as it can be, you know, because
Yes.
it's it's lonely, you know, on both ends of it, right? And so you being there was such a beautiful thing, and you know, I don't know if anyone's told you, but thank you,
Oh,
thank you for doing that.
I'm gonna cry.
Come here,
I love you.
I love you too.
It's
Because demonstrating that will be such a beautiful thing for someone if you
yeah.
can just get someone to pick up the phone and
Oh, I've had that a lot. I've had a lot of messages of people saying that. I actually had one person who, like, it stands out to me because they said they saw my interview with mum and their mum wasn't sick or anything, and they
yeah,
saw it and all the questions I asked her, and then it was like 3 months later, her mum got sick and
shit,
also passed quite quickly. I think it was
yeah,
within the space of 2 months. And she said literally because of me, she had her friend record her and her mum having these final chats in hospice.
wow,
And my thing is, like, you don't have to post it. I'm a freak. I've been posting my whole life online since fucking Instagram debuted. You don't have to post it, but like record it and have it for yourself. Because
yeah,
like, as much as I lay in bed just like crying, it's like it's her voice, it's her words, and she may not be able to tell me things now, but I know that's what she would say
yeah,
still, you know? And yeah, so many people who actually, some of them, I've had some people say that they would show their sick parent my interview video with mum to open up that conversation
wow,
with their parent, kind of as like a, oh, have you seen this? And then talk about it rather than like a, can we sit down and talk? Do you know what I mean? It will kind
yeah,
of just
yeah,
like a testing the water and nudging them into it. So I'm thrilled. Like,
yeah,
I'm absolutely thrilled, and it brings me a lot of peace. And oh, and then some break my heart though. Some will be like, I found your page too late. I wish I thought to do these things with my parent. I'm like, oh fuck. Like,
yeah.
but yeah, I think the more I talk about it and I have these conversations with people, like, it just gets more people talking about it.
And what I think is what I really appreciate about observing, you know, how the whole process for you and even thinking about it for myself is that it's important to like make meaning
Yeah.
out of it because it can seem so, it can feel so unfair
Yes.
and just, you know, like it just doesn't make any sense. It just can't be right.
It still doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's the same for you, even 5 years on. It's just like, like,
Yeah, but nothing.
no,
None of this seems right.
it's an experiment.
Mistakes have been made. I shouldn't be here. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, just finding meaning in the tragedies of life and the senseless things that happen. I think can be very healing. You know, and so you know, observing, you know, you find meaning in such a shit time has been
Yeah.
a beautiful thing.
I wish I hadn't had to learn these lessons, but the lessons I have learnt have been very important, just with like love and perspectives and just the way that you see the world and what's important, and
Yeah.
so many great lessons.
I mean, I think the thing that like that, and it doesn't even have to be for like a parent. I would say just, you know, anyone that you find to be dear or important in your life. It's,
Yeah.
you know, just taking that time to
Yeah.
honor the relationship while they're here.
100%. Because as sucky as what the fuck happened was, there are people who go suddenly. They're like, I've got one of my clients who's going to be coming on. She was in late high school.
Yeah.
Just got off the bus and her mum had a brain aneurysm at home, dead.
Yeah.
Like that. And it's like, it's fucked. But I can be grateful that we had the time.
Yep.
And I can be appreciative that we, you know, it was never going to be long enough.
No.
Like even Jessie was like, I could have got 5 years, not 3, and I'd still be just as fucking devastated.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate, because that's the thing, is like, so sad what happened to Mum and I, but some people don't even get the chance to say and do the things that we did, and you never know what's around the corner for anyone. And so, yeah, it shouldn't just be when someone's sick that you appreciate and love on someone.
Yeah. Like, cry for them while they're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like, if you can get to a point to where you can feel that strong sense of gratitude for having these people in your lives while they're here.
Yeah.
Give them their flowers now, you
Yes.
know. And because I think that's something that I would have liked to have changed, is to maybe express some of the gratitude in the way that I can even perceive it now. Like, there was an opportunity, and it would have been nice to have been able to have a few more of those moments.
Yeah.
You know, I think one of the things that I would have really loved is for my father to see me as I am now.
Oh.
And to be able to see me as the, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the
So we're both talked. I'm crying, by the way.
Oh, you are. She's crying. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's a tough one, you know.
It's unfair. I think about when I take Mum's ashes back to England, and I'm kind of having a giggle because I've done London and Paris with her in my early 20s, so I'm mid-30s now. But I haven't done her hometown since I was a moody little bitch teenager. And I didn't give a fuck.
No.
I can go back now, and I will, and I can feel her pissed off up there because I'm like, oh, Jessie, this is Mount Skiddaw, and this is the chip shop, and this is the tea rooms. And she's going to be going, you didn't fucking care when I took you, you fucking cow. You're just texting your boyfriend and missing your friends and counting the weeks down till the England trip was over, because I was at that age. And I'm like, obviously she was sick, too sick to make an England trip the last couple of years. But I'm like, what I would give to be in my 30s and go back with Mum to her hometown. Because it's not that you don't give a shit about the person, but at that age, you don't care about history. You don't care about like a fucking hill. You don't care. Well, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I had my hood up. I was like being moody. But I'm like, what I would give to appreciate her stories and to do it with her. So now it feels a little bit like so beautiful and an honor to do it for her. But I wish she could do it with me now. And yeah, I see on TikTok there was a trend for a while being like, their passed away parent or loved one. It was like on their birthday, I think they would say like, no, it's on the person who's still here's birthday, like, I'm 36 today, but you'll always know me as 32 or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what that made me think of, because I'm like, oh, there's so many versions of me to come that
exactly.
they're not going to see.
That's exactly.
And it's like, oh. And if one person goes, she'll see, fuck off. I know, but fuck off. It's not the same. And that's one thing that people just mean well. And it's with good intention.
They mean well.
But it's just like, fuck up.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
It isn't.
It's not the same.
It's not. But
it is what it is.
And you're doing great, sweetie.
Oh my God, you're doing great, sweetie.
I'm just doing. That's
well, yes. I think when you take the pressure off to do great and you just do day by day, and like, it's like, was it day by day, nothing changes, but in a year, everything's different, right? I don't feel different day by day, but I can sit with you now nearly 2.5 months in and go, oh, a month ago, I needed you to drive to Westlakes with me, like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I needed to be on the phone. And it's kind of like, now I can sit here and be like, I might still get a bit like in the car, but it's like a little dog. But
so cute.
But I'm definitely, it's hard. I'm better than I was.
Yeah.
But also it's not linear. And in 4 months' time, I might be like,
you still might need it.
Come to my bro appointment.
Yeah.
So it's also just.
I remember telling you this because, sorry for cutting you off.
No, please cut me off. I'm rambling. Tell me more.
No, you weren't rambling at all.
Girl!
I'm kidding.
Bitch.
I remember on the 31st, maybe it was the 30th this year, because my father passed away on the 31st of December 2019.
That's right. You've told me this. Fucking New Year's
So,
Eve.
thanks.
That is, well, mine was just before Christmas. They are rude. Like, if they could have been a bit more considerate.
I've never been like a big holiday person anyway, so that's
Yeah, but
fine.
New Year's Eve, what time?
Well, it was in the morning, so
Okay. I'll let him off. I was like fucking Cinderella at midnight.
it was in the morning, so I had the whole day. But on the 30th of this year,
Yep.
it was I was getting ready because we were gonna do like a 2-day trip away. Nothing wild, just like a holiday home with some friends. And I was cleaning up the house just to kind of get prepared after like a long day of work. And I got triggered by like a song I was listening to, and it hit like,
Yeah.
you know how like we talk about like the
ball?
the grief button.
Yes.
The grief button. My grief button got hit head on, and 5 years later, it felt like I had just heard he had passed away. You know, like the pain in my body. I collapsed.
Yeah.
Just had to kind of let it all out.
Yeah.
You know, so. But once again, you know, that's the well.
The love. I'll stop cutting you off.
I don't know if it's well, yes, all those things. But that's just reality, right? That's reality, and that's part of our experience at some point. You know.
I think from people like yourself, 5 years on, people on my Instagram who, God love them, but they'll be like, 10 years or 15 years, it's still just as tough. Like, oh, for fuck's sake. But it's what made me realize the feelings go parallel. It's a new dawn. It's a new fucking day. And that's why I do enjoy the glimmers and the happiness because I'm aware this is a long road.
Yep.
So while it can be a little bit when you're first entering my grief era, it felt a bit hopeless and sad to realize people, even 5 years on, it can hurt that much. But also, like I said, it helps me live in the moment and still experience joy because I'm like, this is going to be a long time.
Well, yeah, and it's because, you know, your world is, you're still so close, and your world is very contracted as a result of it. But your world's going to grow with time.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to like integrate other experiences and other things and find even other meanings in this tragedy. And, you know, it will hit different.
Yeah.
It'll hit, pardon me.
Excuse you. Okay.
Croaky. It'll hit different, you know, with time, because your world will expand. I promise it will, you know.
Well, I'll hold you to that, and I'll set a reminder to bring it up with you.
Didn't happen. No.
But it's hard because even like even this fucking podcast, I'm like, Mom, are you proud? Like it's kind of like, but it's like even an accomplishment or something that might happen in like when Call Me Daddy makes her first million.
Yeah.
That should be such a joyous moment, and it will be.
And it will be.
It will be, but there's that little sting of just like, oh, like I wish you could see this, or I wish you were here to celebrate with me.
Have you like, you know, have you found doing these types of things have been helpful? Almost like a journal, almost.
As in doing.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
This is my jam.
Yeah.
This is like, because honestly I wasn't talking enough beforehand about it.
Yeah.
But it's But it's been the best thing, and it's connected me with so many people. And like, I will say, the people I've met are so fucking kind and so beautiful and compassionate. And also, I feel very lucky because they say this 2-3 month period, a lot of people drop off and they forget about it. Like,
Yeah.
because at the start, it's all the messages, all the flowers, all the check-in. And I don't have that many people in my world who have lost someone. I've got a lot of beautiful friends,
Yeah.
but they haven't experienced it. So while they are still there for me, and not that anyone can say anything, having the love and support and even just actually being seen and heard by people that get it is just the biggest. And so thank God I'm on Instagram every day yelling about it, because I've got so many messages from people who, I read it and you feel lighter. So for me, sharing makes me feel lighter.
That's the beauty of being open. You know, like I think we sometimes can be so afraid of being open. Sometimes we judge others for being open. We're like, who do they think they are? Just sharing everything. But, that openness allows you to have the opportunity to be recognized or seen. I think seen might be better.
Yeah.
Because being seen is like a really important experience.
Like you said, it can feel so lonely in this world when you're not the world, the grief world.
Yeah.
And even like when I get a message that makes me feel, oh, you've articulated it perfectly. Like there was a person who responded saying that like, you think you're an adult and you get married, you buy a house, you think you're an adult, and then it's just, this happens and it's just, you just go back to being a kid and wanting your parent. And that resonated with me so much that I put that on my story. I think that got about 50 replies from people just simply being like, that's it. That's how I feel. And it's just, again, no one can change it or fix it, but it's literally just been heard and seen. And there have been comments to me that people are like, oh my God, you're so brave sharing. I'm like, brave?
Brave?
I'm crying for help to anyone who will listen. It's not bravery. And
Help
like,
me.
it's like, I'm sad again. But I'm not doing it to be brave. I'm doing it as, it is a cry for help, but it's getting me the help. And it's snowballing into this beautiful community. And then I actually enjoy, I haven't done it to help others, but it helps others.
It does.
But then in turn, helping others, it makes me feel like there's a purpose to my grief, and it kind of just becomes this big, like, it feels good, and whether that person's helping me or I'm helping them, like, because sometimes it's them telling me the things I need to hear.
Yeah.
Other times it's me, someone asking me, oh, how did you cope with this, and what's your advice with this? And it's just this big, beautiful basket of fucking rainbows and flowers. She doesn't even go here.
She doesn't even go here.
But it's sharing and being open.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some hate and people judge, but like, whatever. Like,
that's just internet.
Oh,
that's just the internet. The trolls.
Yeah, someone said to me, shut your out of proportion mouth.
Not out of proportion mouth!
I was like, well, it is big.
It's not. Well, it's proportionate.
I paid for it to be bigger, so I hope it's out of proportion.
That was the point, you idiot.
I know, like, thank you.
Joke's on you.
I paid for this. But it's 95% positive, and what I get from it is so worth any funny little people.
Any fucking hate. Fucking haters.
Literally.
Is this... are we allowed to do that?
Yeah.
Let's start going on the NBC or ABC or whatever it is.
Who knows? Who knows where we'll go?
You know, I feel like I have a PSA.
Yes.
A public service announcement.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy to understand this grief, but I want to tell y'all something.
We're looking at the camera now, looking down the barrel.
You need to treat people that lose pets the same exact way. It is the most isolating form of grief because people don't even recognize it. They just think that you're supposed to get over it, and you can love pets. People love their pets
just as much.
Just as much. So also, don't stay silent and don't fall off the face of the planet when people are going through that with their pets.
Yeah.
You know, You have to like give them the same amount of love and concern and check-ins. There.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's all.
That's all. Okay, Miranda
Sorry, not
Priestley.
sorry. I just needed to say that.
No, it's so true because you're
Yeah.
right. I think if someone, same as losing a person, people who've lost an animal understand that
Yeah.
and give that love. On that note,
Yes.
I haven't lost a pet.
Yeah.
I kind of have. I had to give up my beautiful cat
I
Harper
thought you were
during
gonna say
my
your-
first divorce.
I thought you were going to say your ex. Just kidding.
We listen and we judge. I sadly had to part ways with my beautiful boy Harper just from my marriage breakup and where I was living. My beautiful friend Amy, red hair, big tits, tattoos. So she became Harper's mummy and she had him for, I think, a good 7 or 8 years. And then, he died from cancer. Telling Mum that was actually really hard because I found out Harper passed. And I was upset. And she goes, oh, how did he die, darling? And I was like,
Oh,
cancer.
oh no.
Where was I going with that? Hang on. Right. So I haven't actually personally, because I hadn't been connected to Harper in a long time. But a friend of mine lost her dog 2 years ago, and he was quite young. It was an accident, not her accident. Just it was a bit of a freak thing that happened. And I put a note in a reminder in my calendar, so every year I get and I just send a text because you don't have to understand it to understand it's fucked.
Yeah, that's right.
Is where I wanted to get to that with that point. So
we landed the plane.
we landed the plane. Jess, I should have called this short story long.
Short story long.
Short story long. But yeah, it's like whether you you don't actually have to understand something to show up and to understand that you don't understand it.
Yeah.
So, because when I messaged her, she said I was the only person. I think someone else did later that day, but I was the only one that contacted her about it. And it's like, yeah, because people don't.
Yep.
They don't.
Yeah.
Except me. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you're perfect.
Oh.
With those perfect, in proportion lips. I'm kidding.
Screaming.
No.
I think it was a good episode.
I think we did it.
We covered a lot.
Yeah.
It was great to hear about Leeroy. Thank you for sharing him with me.
I could share more.
Well, we will. We're going to have a few episodes.
I could definitely share more. When I say he was a superhero, like he literally lived 1,000 lives and meant a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like you.
Oh.
When you talk about him, there's at least 3 similarities that I pulled from that with you. Like it's, a beautiful man.
Oh, but angry. Yes. Yes.
Oh.
The annoyance and the shade. There's always just low-lying rage just below the surface. You better watch out.
I love it.
Oh.
But yeah, I feel like we covered a lot on how to support someone, what not to say, which is don't not say anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still mad. Dead to me. Deader than my mother. No.
Betrayal.
I'm out for blood.
Is it okay to break the third wall? I do it all the time.
Yes.
Fourth wall? Fourth?
Oh, my eyebrows are smooth. I've got to book back in. Look at that.
Oh. No,
Yeah.
Make sure that, how to support, also how to integrate and make space for.
Yes, understanding this isn't, I've done therapy before for an eating disorder, and that was very much, all in, head down, bum up, get through it, pop out the other side, fresh as a daisy, which is what I kind of maybe assumed this would be like. But it's champagne. It's the understanding that, you're making space for it. You're not trying to push it away. You're living with it.
Yep.
Living for them.
This is us now.
We're funny. And we're pretty.
And structure.
Us in the robes.
I'm hot.
Physically, it's the light.
It's the light in the robe.
Yes, well.
And this. Oh, it's on. Thank God.
Was I recording? Yes. But no, that was great. And I think we have a few more episodes in us.
Chin chin.
We can make one where we just diss the people that wronged us during these
All
trying
of
times.
them. I'm gonna, maybe I can do like a manifesto or a kill list.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Well, Mum did say if anyone upsets me, she'll shoot a lightning bolt down and get them.
May Susan strike them dead.
Can we say that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Look, I want to be all mature and wise, but I'm fucking mad.
That's right.
I'm hurt. Mm-hmm. And that's okay.
Fire from heaven.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Let's go play some Hijinks Hotel.
Ciao!
Oh, my knees.
Crack.